It's totally spaced off, like la 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 la. That's when they call it a break, you know. Just minding my own business, trying to stay out of everybody's way. Make my way through this. It ain't easy. Everybody's got a scowl on their face today. No, I don't. It is Monday. I guess we all just... Everybody gets kind of funky on Mondays. You ever notice that? It's like... I think we give it more power than it deserves. I prefer to reset my mindset as it pertains to Mondays. Monday, fun day, whatever. I'm not giving it any energy otherwise. Not giving it any energy otherwise. Isn't this weird about this kind of concerning about, and strange to some extent, about the death of Gene Hackman? I don't know if you've been following that, but, you know, it's apparent, maybe my best guess, because there was they thought maybe it's carbon monoxide. You know, Gene Hackman was 95 years old, which you don't really realize that because he hadn't been in films for a while, but he's in so many films. Otherwise, I mean, the guy was making 3 to 4 movies a year, almost every year, for just a maddening pace. His IMDb filmography has got to be immense. I mean, you think about all the fantastic movies he was in. There's only one actor I can think of for a period of time who was in as many movies. Michael Caine, for a while there in the 80s, was in just a shitload of movies. But Gene Hackman, when he was in a movie, it wasn't he just in a movie. He brought whatever character he played to life in a unique way. He was just a treasure in our American culture, in our American pop culture, and definitely in American film culture. So he's 95 years old. They find him dead, along with his wife, who's a little bit younger than him, substantially younger than him. I think she was in her, I want to say 60s, but don't quote me on that. But they haven't figured out what happened. They're waiting for some toxicology, but it was apparent he fell. I have a theory about it, but theories are great, but I don't have any particular facts to back it up on other than what I've read um, from the various news stories. Although Dr. Michael Baden has a theory, which is interesting. He says that this is a pretty easy one. Dr. Michael Baden has suggested that the death of Gene Hackman was caused by um, sudden cardiac arrest. He also opines, that is his theory, is that the deaths may have been accidental. Hackman, 95, and his wife, Arakawa, 65, I was right on the money there, were found dead in their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico on February 26. They were discovered in different parts of the home, and they'd both been dead for several days. My theory is not that complicated, and that is Mr. Hackman passed away, and his wife took her own life to be with him. That's really romantic and sad all at the same time. But I base it on the fact that they found a bunch of pills around her body, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out, depending on what pills they were. He didn't have any particular injury. There wasn't any carbon monoxide for Mr. Hackman. But it looks like he may have had some high blood pressure, but that's about it. And Biden's theory is that is I don't know, that she fell and hit her head trying to retrieve his pills after Hackman fell. She may have struck her head on the way down. That's his guess. But, really, until we get more details about and the toxicology back, and there's a full autopsy so we can find out if there's bruising, um, and then the time of death. They apparently were there for a couple weeks. They can tell the time of death for Gene Hackman fairly easily because he had a pacemaker on, which apparently has a date and timestamp. It's like last operated on February 26th at 12 o'clock or whatever. It'll tell him when his last heartbeats were, so that's pretty easy to tell his time of death, and you can extrapolate from there. But it's too bad. It has been, that's too bad. I just hope that um, they do find it and that we're all able to celebrate Gene Hackman's life and his contribution to our culture and to film in the United States and really around the world. So, and get past this unfortunate situation there in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So hopefully they nail that down. Doesn't look like foul play was involved, but again, it's just some loose ends they need to tie up apparently. So I wonder if there's any good news for you can't make this shit up news. We haven't done that in a while, have we? It's been a little bit, yes, it has. course, we get this from UPI. This is a true, legitimate news source. It's from their News of the Odd. This is just stupid. Megalodon goldfish found in Pennsylvania waterway. This is from today, March 3rd, from the UPI News of the Odd. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services reminding owners not to release their goldfish into the waterways after researchers in Pennsylvania found a megalodon. Really? That's it's my guitar just had a theory about that. Yes, the Fish and Wildlife Service, who have not been fired by Elon Musk, apparently, not yet, were conducting some surveys and they found a gigantic goldfish larger than the researcher Corey Ketchum's hand. That's a big goldfish. Your pet star goldfish, after 2 years in the wild, called me Megalodon. The service said goldfish are an invasive species. They can turn lakes and waterways into murky messes, steal food from native fish, and wreck water quality. All right, so your goldfish. Who knew that your goldfish could become problematic? So don't flush the goldfish, people. I remember when my daughter was young, she had a betta fish, which of course they're all males, but she named hers Cinderella. And as is wont to do with fish, they don't always live that long. And me being the father that I am, I would see Cinderella floating on the top, and I'd run to the local, get another fish, replace it before she knew. And once Cinderella came back, we had two goldfish, two bettas, and then of course you can't put them together, you can't have them face each other because they just want to fight. Thus, their nature of the goldfish, as it were. But she's like, "Oh, Cinderella had babies and had another one." Yeah, no, it was just your dad got caught trying to replace the other one. The things you will do when you're a parent. It's good stuff. I recommend it. All right, let's see what other stuff we got from the news of the weird or the news of the odd. Oh, great, great, great. Japan just opened a new park. It's a small one. It is 2.5 square feet and is officially the world's smallest park. I'm not making that shit up. See, these are just kind of stupid. They happen all the time. Not stupid, they're just not that interesting. Police round up a loose iguana in Connecticut. Okay, an iguana got out. Wow. Deputies wrangle a loose kangaroo in Texas. Okay. New Jersey dog chases goose out on a thin ice and then falls through. Okay. Massachusetts police determined that a reported bear was most likely a raccoon. Let me read that, not butcher it. Massachusetts police determined that a reported bear was actually most likely a raccoon. Massachusetts Police Department said a reported bear sighting in the city was something else completely. It was a raccoon. Okay. Now here's a good one for all you dads out there. A Michigan dad got a $1.1 million lottery ticket as a birthday gift. Oh, that'd be great. That's a good kid, gets you a present like that. Billy Horschel fired a 5 under 66 at the Cognizant Classic on Thursday at Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. But his most impressive club work was his use of the wedge to agitate or wrangle a gator as he finished the first round. So he's playing golf and all of a sudden an alligator's out on the course. So he's using his pitching wedge. All right. In Texas, a dog was rescued from the deep well underneath the Texas home. Animal rescuers in Texas shared the rescue story of a lifetime, which involved firefighters, a dog, a deep well under a house. Yes, it's true. The Longview Animal Care and Adoptive Center said in a Facebook post that personnel responded to the scene with the Longview Fire Department when a dog somehow managed to fall down a well underneath the house and found himself in a dangerous situation. What happened there? What?